My name is Luke, and today we're playing Laser Gates. It's close in quality to Atari greats such as Pong, Pac-Man, and the Bible. Can you believe this sold only 4 copies? That's not a joke. Created at the company of Magic and developed by Dan Oliver. It's unknown how well the game sold or performed critically, but judging by how the only discussion I found on the thing talks about how it's underrated and ignored, I don't think it did too hot. I couldn't find any new versions of this game, but I did find one from the era called Laser Volley by Zellers, which is the exact same game. They're so identical that none of you notice I switched the names of the games at the bottom. Like, its manual is just this, and the cover is a plane and a helicopter over some factory that has nothing to do with the game. It's meaningless. What were they thinking? Wait. Okay, I think we're good. No, wait. We're in the clear. The gameplay of Laser Gates involves flying the Dante Dirk through a computer to avoid obstacles, shoot down enemies, and destroy detonators. What else do you think this cover mean? Why does it say nuts? You have several resources to track on the instrument panel. Energy is how much fuel the Dirk has left. Run out and it's game over. It can be replenished with energy pods that spawn after each stage, and they'll occasionally spawn at random. You can also shoot them if you're bored. This only hurts you. Your shields is your health. Hitting a wall or getting shot loses you a point, everything else loses 6. The manual says you start with 24 health, but according to the GameFAQs guide, you actually start with 32. Side note, you gotta miss these old GameFAQs guys. They don't make them like they used to. When I say used to, I mean 2021. This game came out in 1983. What took you so long? Next, we got the D-timer. You need to make it to the detonator before it runs out or it'll explode. Once you find the detonator, you need to shoot a pin to deactivate it. After stage 1, detonators will randomly add a booby trap pin, and then another for each of the following stages. Every time you shoot the wrong one, you take 6 damage. Cool mechanic. Every detonator you destroy reduces the length of the next D-timer. Once you hit stage 4, the timer is so short that if you're not playing absolutely optimally, destroying everything the second it spawns, there's no way you'll make it. If you somehow get to the 4th detonator and shoot the one pin that isn't a trap, the game stops. No more enemies. No walls, no nothing. There's no congratulations. It's just to give you time to get mom's camera and prove that you did in fact get a score almost as high as Brandon's. I hate you, Brandon. Last one's your score. It's useless outside of getting 6 shields back every 10,000 points. Womp womp. No one cares about scores anymore except your credit score. And mine is... Unlike some shmups at the time, when you fly backwards you actually face that way, adding a layer of risk to retreating since you may not have enough time to turn around and actually shoot your target. There are also a ton of barriers that cannot be destroyed, signified by this visual effect similar to the one in Yar's Revenge. You have to carefully time when to go through them, helping add variety outside of just shooting, but they're not too hard if you ain't the guy in the demo. Actually, in the demo, if you start the game while the Dirk is getting hit, you actually keep that damage when you begin playing. Cool. Despite that, even nowadays, the gameplay of Laser Gates is great, especially for a 2600 game. The flying and shooting feels good when you're not playing it with an abomination, and only being able to have one bullet on the screen at a time is a tried and true way of forcing the player to think deliberately about each shot. It is not a hardware limitation, we swear. The downside is, as it is for almost all games on the system, is that the sound could use work. Oh my god. Did I beat it? No. Will you beat it? Definitely no, because I'm scientifically better than you. I did really enjoy this game though, so if you want to try it despite your inferiority, there's a link to it in the description. Before I close this out, I did find an old VHS rip of a kids show interviewing the team behind the game, Magic. It shows some cool, although staged examples of what game design was like at the time. We also get glimpses at the tools used to make games, like this early pixel art program. At the end, we get to see what QA was like back in the day, and honestly, it's exactly what you expect. It's just a bunch of kids fresh out of, if not still in high school, playing games all day and complaining to the devs about them. A norm that would not be reinstated until the invention of Twitter. They also, hey, there's a game! For one shot. It's beautiful.
Pat is as turned on by designing video games as the people who play them.
You just showed that they were kids. What the fuck do you mean by that?